Hello, everybody, and once again, we're back with Jay Talks, today's relationship show. And here we have again. Who are you?
I don't know. Sister Soldier.
Oh, Sister Soldier. And I'm sure y'all see up in the top corner window, we still have our very own Lady K.
K.
Hello, hello, hello.
All the way from D.C. Mm. Yeah. So, Lady K, how is it up there in D.C.?
The weather is fine,
All right.
but I'm tired.
I know all that unpacking, right?
You got that right.
And trying to get that new crew together. I understand.
Mm-mm.
I am missing the J Talks Relationship Show team in person, but it's good to be with y'all by satellite.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it's good to talk to you. I miss you, I tell you.
It's almost like you still here. Almost.
Oh, almost?
Almost.
Why?
Almost.
Because she ain't no getting on Jay this week. So it's almost, right?
Almost.
Okay.
Today's topic, y'all out there, is that we're going to be talking about should we involve ourselves in our children's relationships? Man, involving ourselves
Well, to a certain point, yes.
Mm.
Yes.
To a certain point.
To a certain point, because your child got to live their own life, so you can't dictate. Let them make their own mistakes, but you try to help them out. Try to teach them what's wrong. Uh, well, not wrong or right, but try to give them a good communication skills about what did you see since you're on the outside looking into their relationship.
Hmm.
What you see and how about going. I mean, it's up to them if they want to follow or not. Most of the time, Mama don't know nothing, but they forget Mama lived before they did. So really, history is just repeating itself. What you learning now, Mama already learned. So Mama trying to take you so you could make them mistakes or go through that so you wouldn't face the consequences of it. So yeah, it's sometimes and sometimes it depends on what it is. And sometimes to a certain extent, um, you don't get into your child relationship because in the end they might regret it, but in the end, right now they might regret it, but in the end, they thank you for it later.
Hmm. Well,
Well, it's like this. When we were younger, honestly, we didn't want our parents interfering in our relationship or giving, us their advice. But we look back on it as we get older. That advice was sound advice, but at that time, around time, you know, you think you know everything. And then sometimes, we as parents impose our wishes on our children,
Yeah.
by giving them this advice. And then, but I mean, it comes to a certain point where you gotta pull back. But a little bit of help isn't a bad thing. You just gotta make sure that they're open enough to receive it.
hmm.
Mhm.
A little bit of help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
They ain't gonna be thinking that you. They don't think kids when you talking about kids and children and their parents. They don't think that the stuff that they going through that you have went through, or you have seen, or you have witnessed somebody who went through that, or you know a friend that went through that. They don't think a parent lived before. They think you was just a parent. So
they were just hatched.
yeah.
but I mean,
So that's
what?
why they figure they would know more than you.
Well, I mean, I heard you, Lady K, when you said a little bit of help. I mean, what's the foundation for little? I mean, because some people a little to somebody else might be a lot, and a lot to somebody else might be a little. So,
Okay,
so,
a little
so what,
is
what,
a little
what?
is knowing when to pull back. You
Oh,
know, like you said, you're right. I mean, there are different parameters to it, but you have to know when to pull back. You have to know as a parent when your child is open to receive that advice. They're
Right.
not always open to receive it. If they're not open to receive it, they're not going to.
Right, because they'll be like,
Um,
Mama don't know nothing.
Correct. And then it's like this too, they'll say, well, you need to let me just live my own life. You live your life, let me live my life. Okay. You can do that to a certain degree. I think that not the parents are meddling, but if you see something harmful in that child's relationship, you're kind of obligated to speak on that. If you see something harmful in that child's relationship that could affect your grandchildren, you should speak on that. Not necessarily to the point where you're gonna push them into a point where they become defensive, but you have to know when the opportunity is and how to approach them so
Right,
that they're
because,
open enough to
yeah.
receive it.
Because you don't want nobody to hurt your child.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, your child may be in an abusive relationship. I certainly can't stand by and watch my daughter get slapped upside the head without saying something.
No, shoot, not me. I wouldn't even say nothing. I go get me a, what, you hit my baby? I go get me a baseball bat. Bam!
you
But
would
yeah,
do that?
sure would.
The baseball
And the
bat.
man, but he be lucky he get hit with a baseball bat from me, because I ain't got my gun no more.
Tell me it's one of them. Maybe it's a Nerf baseball bat, right? One of them Nerf ones.
No,
You know.
no, one of them,
Well,
one of them, no,
Why it gotta
one
be
of them
metal?
old timey one, a Louisville Slugger.
You need to let them back. Get
No,
that ring action.
yeah, but it ain't gonna put no dents in them like that Louisville Slugger.
Well, there are some better ways. There are some better ways.
Okay, Mr. Peacekeeper.
And, gotta
Okay,
keep the
Mr.
peace.
Peacekeeper.
We know you a soldier.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there in video land or internet land will use more than words to keep the peace. Somebody hit your baby? Come on,
Since you said that, I really want to hear what some of the people out there got to are being involved, especially some of those that might be involved, what they might have to say. And folks, y'all see our call-in number as flashing across the screen. And if you have something to say, voice in, just give a call. We'll put you on in here. We want to hear what you have to say on this subject.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes we get involved in and even though I know we're talking about our kids get involved with that, but we sometimes also react in ways that we actually sometimes don't. We're thinking we're helping, but we're not really helping. And
right, because sometimes they gotta learn themselves. They got, because they gotta, grow. But you want them to learn to a certain extent. You still gotta teach. You still the parent. You still the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So you still gotta teach. You still gotta empower in them, different scenarios and different situations. But um, some kids just gotta learn. On their own. They got to make their own mistakes. They got to learn from them. And some don't learn from their own mistakes, and they got to learn from their own mistakes. But as long as you're a parent and support them, you know.
But you know what? I also look at it on the flip side because I've seen mothers who just don't want to let their sons go. And they're meddling all in that relationship. And it's not to do the relationship any good. It's basically to separate the son from the woman so that she can have a son back.
Well, the mother probably don't like the woman. So in that case, I wouldn't blame her anyway. Because if it's somebody I don't like, would want my son to marry, I'd say so too.
I mean, shouldn't they have their freedom of choice?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I guess they.
You want them to have another. They want you want
But
them
you
to have
want the best for your
somebody like
child. Now
mama,
they can
right?
have their freedom of choice, and if this is not the best child, this is not the best mate for your child, then you want to say something. You don't see no good into this woman. All she doing is draining them dry. Yeah, you want to say something.
Okay, but what if it's a good woman that the son and the mother, she just doesn't want that wife put on. She feels as though that wife is taking her part or her place in her son's life. So she's meddling, trying to tear the two of them apart, even to the point where maybe she's lying on the girl or planting suspicious thoughts in his mind about his wife causing problems in that relationship. You got that going on as well.
Yeah, I see what you said because there's some out there that do that. So what?
You got that right.
So what can you do with that? Yeah. So what can you do with that situation? I mean,
in that situation, I would suggest that everybody has an open and honest conversation. First of all, the wife need to have an open and honest conversation with her husband.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, but I could.
Yeah.
And then maybe, hopefully he's strong enough to go to mama and say you need to back up.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna happen because some of them more scared than their mama to tell her that. So they. My mama will slap me upside my head if I suggest that. No, the only thing I think the best thing you can do in a situation like that is move farther from your mother so she won't have her hand in that. Move farther away.
You still got telephone.
I love you, mama. I love you from a distance. Yeah, but you can love your mama from a distance. You still love her from a distance. 1,200 miles away. I love you, mama.
No, sometimes, it's funny that you say that because I've seen some of the younger generation when they're in their relationships, especially like those that may have graduated, from high school, going on to college. There are some that I have met, talked to, counseled with, and they said that they actually decided to go to a college far from home just to keep mama and daddy sometimes from entangling in their choices, their experiences,
their relationships. Period.
Yeah, just getting in all in their business. That's how they really put it.
But the sad thing about I'm not gonna say this is not a sad thing about it, but the thing about it is though they can move from there, but the minute something happens, they go look for mama. They don't go look for daddy. Very rarely. But they go look for mama. Mama, Dustin. Keisha done quit me. I said, boy, I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen to me.
But you know what though? It's hard. We're all parents. All three of us were parents, and think back. It's hard to turn your 18-year-old loose out there. We tend to turn our children loose at the dumbest part of their lives because they're 18, hormones still raging, but we're supposed to make competent and adult decisions.
Right.
So we still got our hand all up in there.
Right.
So all they want us to do is leave them alone.
Yeah, you can leave them alone.
That's all they want us to leave them alone.
Yeah, but you can leave them alone, and the minute something happens, like I said, they're going to come looking for mama. They're going to come looking for mama. Well, boy, I told you such a girl, I told you should listen to me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But it's too late then. But then, okay, what you going to do now? So then you got to help them start all over again. Wait a minute, you got to help them start all over again until they pick the next person who do something else dumb. Then you got to get into that relationship too. So.
But you know what though? I like what you said. Well, in the beginning you said, "Well, I told you so." So that's one of the worst things we can do is tell them, "I told you so," because they already know we told them.
Yeah, but that's not the worst. That's not the worst I do. I said, girl, didn't I tell you you should have did this and this. Oh, mama, I know, but I didn't want to believe that. I said, you should have seen the signs.
Yeah. Got the signs. There are the signs.
But then after a while, okay, then they get over it. It take them 2 weeks to get over it. Then they own somebody else. 2 weeks, remember I said 2 weeks?
But you think about when we were younger. I mean, honestly, did we see the signs?
Mm.
Did we acknowledge the signs? You know, we gotta put out as a meddling parent, because I'm guilty. I have been a meddling parent, but as a meddling parent, you really, and I learned this. I had to put myself back 20, 30 years to where they were. And in all actuality, I missed the signs.
Yeah. Well,
And
we
they
all
missed the signs.
yeah, but we all miss the signs if you don't know what they are. What they are. As we get older, we know what the signs are now. We see several of the signs, and they roll over and they come and they change. They still the same, but they go about a different way of doing it and stuff. But it all boils down to the same thing. But
Experience.
right, experience is the best teacher. I tell you that.
Experience.
Yeah. But yeah, it is the best teacher. Yes, I tell you that. But most yeah, so yeah, we should interfere in our children's lives, but to extent. Don't go overboard and with it, and don't run it into the ground, because your mama didn't pick your husband for you to choose to marry. So don't you pick your husband, your daughter, or your son husband or wife for them to marry.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said before, but if you see your child in an abusive type of situation, or headed into an abusive situation, because we're older, we see the signs, we know the signs, we recognize the signs, and more importantly, we acknowledge the signs.
Right.
So we acknowledge signs that staring them right in the face that they don't acknowledge sometimes.
Now you
and the thing about it is, it's hard, to watch your child go through something and you want to jump in there, but you kind of not sure if you should.
Right, but you can give them advice.
Jump in there. The more you jump in, think about it. The more you jump in there, the more they turn to that person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think that the reason maybe that the parents are seeing the signs maybe quicker is because we have a remembrance of us not seeing the signs when we were younger, and now we've learned and experienced a few things, and now we can now give the kind of be that shadow of advice, because we have gotten now the experience of the thing that we were advised when we were younger, and so you think that's what it is?
Well, you have to think about it like this too. I mean, I think that's part of it, but you have to think about it like this too. Okay, we were younger, we were advised, we ignored the advice. Now our children are ignoring our advice. Okay, we ignore our parents' advice. And I believe that it's just something that we all, as human beings, have to go through. There's certain things that we have to go through. We're all going to get our hearts broken. We're all going to fall in love. Or lusciousness, as Sister Soldier
That's
say.
my word, lusciousness. But
we're all going to have these experiences, especially when it comes to getting your heart broken. Nobody likes to see their little girl sitting in her room crying because her heart is broken over some little raggedy tail boy. But it's something that happens. And everybody
that's part of life lessons.
Yeah.
That's part of life.
And no matter how much you try to tell her this boy's no good, he's playing you, he's doing this, doing that, she's still going to run behind that raggedy tail boy. She's still going to get her heart broken just like we did.
Yeah, but you go.
But the thing is, you can understand metal, try to keep them apart or whatever. And it just seems like when you're dealing with teenagers, the more you try to wiggle in there and cause some separation, some division, so quote unquote your child can get some clarity, the more they run to the person.
I wish there was some teenagers watching the show to give a call. I really like to hear some point of their view. But I still kind of beg a little bit of the difference. I had that question that keeps floating in my mind.
Y'all forget something though.
What's that?
Because even though we sitting here talking about how we don't want our kids going to that situation, or
Mhm.
we try to give them knowledge, or try to talk to them about that situation and stuff like that. And even though we two different generations apart, your kid will tell you, "Well, Mama, it's not like that now, like it was back in your day. You know, when you was a horse and buggy and grew up with the dinosaurs or something like that. You know, so times are different. But yeah, times are different. Times we thought times was in our day was some of it's good and some of it bad. But times in their day is worse than it was in ours. So you know, every time something, every so many years, instead of things getting better, it's getting worse.
But you know what's funny? Times may be different, which is true, but people remain the same. Ultimately, they're the
Situations
same.
remain the same. History repeats itself, yeah. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what you were saying, Jay?
I was just saying that I kind of beg a little bit of the differ. I heard some things. I guess this is I have my view on this is that as you were saying, there are some things you're going to have to go through, some things you're going to have to experience, and uh, I kind of really recognize that I don't know if I really want to rly on that you have to go through some things and that you have to experience some things to actually get the point. Um, we actually wound up going through some things and experiencing some things is all because of that thing that little thing I always keep saying. If you haven't been mentally defined as medically defined as mentally incapable and all that, that means you have ability. Now, if you have ability to be intelligent and reason, that means of course you got free will. You make your own choices. Now, how we use our intelligence always puts us in the situation, predicaments, issues, you know, um, dramas, benefits, gains or problems. Let me see, what else can I use? Tragics that we wound up experiencing, and
But that's part of life lesson, though. That's part of life lesson. Uh, uh,
But you know what, Jeff, though, I gotta disagree with you because there are certain things that each individual person are going to go through. Think about it. You're gonna get hurt.
what? You're gonna get hurt.
So what? Who has a perfect? Who do you know of? Or callers? If anybody out there has never ever had heartbreak, please call in because I want to hear your story. Because
that means they're not human. That means they're not human.
Well,
you ain't had heartbreak. You ain't
at
human.
least once.
You ain't human.
At least once. At least once.
What do you go through when you get heartbroken?
You go through that period of 2 weeks. You go through that. You go through that period of 2 weeks where you just listen to music with your headphones all day long in your room.
And you got the little popcorn on. And you just don't know what to eat.
Yep. Then after 2 weeks you fine because you see something. Right. After 2 weeks you fine. Why you to go through that?
Yeah.
Because you're not human.
His mama say he's part alien.
Hey, you ain't got to tell everybody.
You're part alien.
Let's say,
Hold up.
Okay, wait a minute. He over here.
Wait.
Yeah.
You never, ever had a little girl hurt your heart. Never.
Anybody in your teenage years or your 20s or your 30s, 60s, 70s.
I'm gonna go back. The closest I had to that experience, the closest experience I had to that, closest.
Okay, I'm
Closest.
listening.
You know I'm part alien anyway. So the closest I didn't say lizard or nothing like that. No, don't y'all go make me I have tentacles
Y'all remember
coming
that
out
show, Bunny?
Yeah.
of me. But the closest I had to that was and then I'm gonna tell you that is, and then I gotta give you story. Y'all ever heard of what
Okay.
a para story is?
Uh-huh.
I
A
just,
pair of lies.
Yeah.
A pair of lies. That's what I'll give you. A pair